Okay, my good viewers at Google Day TV, I love you so much, and I would like to welcome you back from the last week that we were looking at mushrooms, and now today we are just in Wakiso district in Kakili, and today I won't take long to inform you what we are going to be looking at. We are going to be looking at something you have been always seeing, but you actually don't know it. You don't know how whether it makes money or not. You don't know the benefits of it to your life. And I would like to say today we are going to be looking at Amaranth where we are. So keep it locked on Google Day TV as we take you through the process. We love you. At Google Day TV again, like I said, we are going to be looking at amaranth today. And you may wonder what amaranth is. It's just the very plantation you're seeing behind me. And he's going to talk more about it. He's going to take you through the process of amaranth. What is amaranth? Let me just get to him. He's called Mr. Ruga. I don't know. I can't speak it well. Let me get to him. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, my name is Gadru Gaju, and I'm an amaranth farmer. I have been into amaranth for more than 10 years, so I enjoy what I'm doing because of what it does.
Okay. I want you to tell our viewers what amaranth is in general. And if any case you can, there's someone watching us there, amaranth, and they're saying, as if I know that locally, what is it?
Locally, waliwo abagiyita doodo, abalala bagiyita omuliri, naye si kyekyo. Amaranth ye amaranth, naye it belongs to the family of amaranth. Amaranthus species. So it's one of the species in Amaranthus, which is called amaranth. Under the Amaranthus species, we have dodo, we have amaranth, we have nakati, and very many other greens. But this specifically is called amaranth. And because it is a new crop in Uganda, it has not been translated in local languages. So we still call it in English, and I encourage people who view us to call it amaranth. The way many things have not been able to be translated into local languages, like for example, everyone knows paraffin as paraffin. Yeah, when you say paraffin, everyone will know this is paraffin. When you say soda, everyone will know this is soda. So this is amaranth, and it is not yet translated into local language. Until local people come to translate it, who are professional, then we still call it amaranth. It may resemble many other things, but this is unique.
Okay. It is unique, like you said, because I'd not heard of it before. But when I look at it, I look at it as the normal dodo we've been feeding on. Is it the normal dodo? Or?
I haven't seen a dodo which can grow to 8 feet. This one grows up to 8 feet. Okay. When tested, when you get the seeds of amaranth, compared to the seeds of other dodo, or any other greens, and you take them in a laboratory, it doesn't give you what amaranth has. So laboratory tests can confirm that actually amaranth is different and so unique from other greens. Okay. Yeah, so it is unique in a way that amaranth possesses high calcium. Amaranth possesses high zinc. Okay. Amaranth possesses high iron. And it has high potassium. Okay. So with those minerals, it makes it unique. Okay. Then amaranth possesses one which makes it very, very unique. It possesses lysine and succulin. Now, lysine and succulin, in some other plants and some other animal oils, you find it but at a very small percentage. But in amaranth, it is so high. Now, this lysine and succulin, when you remove it, it is the one which is a raw material in making ARVs. Okay. So it helps to stop the multiplication of viruses in the body.
Okay, you're taking us far. We haven't reached yet there. So I want you, because for the case of our program, the show we are in right now, it's called the Hidden Treasure Program in Agriculture. It's a program where we look at agriculture, anything to do with agriculture. And today, like we are looking at amaranth. And this is a program where you teach someone how you start from the garden with basic crop you're carrying out in farming. So now today I want you to tell our viewers, how do we start with amaranth in the garden? How does someone prepare the garden? And are the seeds available in Uganda? Are they accessible? And how do we prepare the garden? How much land does someone need?
All right. Amaranth, like any other crop, requires some good land, which is fertile. But one unique thing about amaranth is that it is resistant to pests. We haven't discovered a pest which destroys it for the 10
And you
years.
have not got any destruction in it.
No. And number two, amaranth is resistant to droughts.
Okay.
Once it has germinated, even if the sunshine is there, it grows.
It
So,
grows,
yeah,
and there is no, like you said, it grows to 8 feet.
yeah.
There will be no reduction, like it will not go to that feet side.
Now, when there is too much sunshine, the yield will not be very good, but it will grow. For example, if it is supposed to grow up to 8 feet, and you plant it in a bad soil, and or you plant it when there is too much sunshine, it might grow and begin flowering at 5 feet.
Okay.
So but however, it will still germinate, it will still grow and give you yields. So that one makes it so unique. However, the ground must be prepared very well.
How do we prepare the ground?
Um, One, it depends how you find it. If it is maybe a bush, you need the bush clearing. However, in agriculture, we don't encourage bush burning.
Why?
We encourage, because when you burn the bush, you kill some enzymes which help for crops to grow. So actually, the land becomes infertile by burning it. So we encourage people to cut it early so that it can rot, and the other rotten material becomes manure for the growing crops. Then after you've cut the ground, you plow it. If you are growing it on big acreage, you can use tractor. If it is small acreage, locally you can use hose, normally the way we do. So after you have cleared it and plowed it, then you leave it for like 1 month. Then after 1 month, you can come and make the ground fair for planting.
What do you
Amaranth,
mean by making the ground fair?
fair and fine, because the seeds of amaranth are too small. It's almost a quarter of a seed of millet. So it needs the ground to be fine, because you can't plant it too far, and when it is growing it is so weak, in that if you have planted it so far and the land is so hard and you've not prepared it very well, it may not come out.
So after the 1 month, you said, does someone need to come and redig again in the garden to make the soil soft?
Yes. Yeah, then after you make the soil soft, we encourage farmers to grow amaranth in lines. And this amaranth in lines helps when it is growing. This amaranth grows as a small plant when it is germinating. Remember, the seed is too small. So when it comes to weeding, and you have not planted it in lines, it is a very, very big challenge, because you'll begin covering it with soil. But if it is planted in lines, then it is easy to weed it. And weeding, we encourage them to use hoes. Since it is a small plant growing, you need to pull soil towards the plant to support it in case of rain, when the rain is too much, or wind. Then another thing is that amaranth, as small as it is, when it grows to 1 month, it becomes a very big plant. From a very small seed, it becomes a big plant. So if you have not planted it in a very good place and done as it is required, the wind will blow it and it will fall down. So it is one of the hazards that we face as farmers of amaranth, that wind will always blow it and falls. Yes.
Okay.
It can easily break, not actually breaking. The plant is heavy. The plant is heavy. So since the plant is heavy, it needs that when you are weeding, you pull soil towards it, so it can support it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't fall down.
Yeah.
So you told us how to prepare the land and how long we take to prepare it and how best it should be before we plant the amaranth. But how big How much land does someone need actually if he wants to start carrying out?
It depends what you are planting it for. One, if someone is planting amaranth for home consumption, subsistence farming, you can begin with a quarter an acre or even less
Okay.
if you want it for just subsistence. But if you are growing it for commercial agriculture, then you need to look at how much you can be able to afford. However, what you need to know is when you are planting it, something I had skipped is that you should plant one from one plant to another, you should leave 1 to 2 feet. Because when the plant grows, it becomes big and it needs some space
Okay.
so it can grow taller and grow wide. Yes,
The more it grows taller and wider, is it the more yields you get?
that's of course. When you plant, you throw in very many seeds, the yield will be so poor
Okay.
because they are going to grow very many and they will be too squeezed and the yield will be very, very bad.
Okay.
Actually, in most cases, when they grow very many and you don't, during weeding, you don't remove them, at the end of it, the yield will be very bad and they can't go beyond 5 feet because they are struggling and struggling for nutrients in the soil and struggling for sunshine. So they can easily grow taller because they are looking for sunshine or because the nutrients are being exhausted, they can be shorter.
Okay.
Yes.
So after looking at how you prepare the land and how much land you need for amaranth, how do we take care of amaranth after we have planted it?
Yes. Well, after amaranth has flowered, like this one I'm standing with here, you look, it is a flowered amaranth, which is about 2 months old.
It takes 2 months to flower.
Yeah, to flower.
Okay.
By 2 months, it is already flowering. Then another 1 month, it is already for harvesting. So amaranth in most cases takes 3 months, or sometimes it can be less or more than. For example, here in Buganda region, central region, I have found out through experience that some amaranths can grow up to harvest in 2.5 months. Then the amaranths I'm planting in Chigezi.
In 2.5 months.
Yeah.
In Buganda here.
Yes. Then in Chigezi, because it is very cold, especially Kabale, Kisoro, Rubanda, when you plant it in those districts, it takes sometimes 3.5 months because it is very cold.
Okay, so the coldness causes more time.
More
for
time.
growth.
Yes.
And a conducive environment or a hot environment.
It grows very faster. Yes. So that's what I've discovered. So within 2 months, it has already flowered and it is always green.
Yes.
The way you are looking at this, or these plants you are seeing, they are green.
You were saying that when it grows, it is green, and these are the seeds. You said they're always green. So, like, I'm seeing this. There's a certain color. It looks like it's reddish. Why is it reddish somewhere, and another part it is green?
As I began by saying, amaranth is from Amaranth species. It has very many types. The species, which is Amaranthus, it has many other crops or vegetables under it. And when they come from the same family, it means when wind blows during flowering, they can be cross pollination. So because they come from the same family, what the local language people call it omuliri or nakati. When the wind blows and brings those seeds, I mean the germination, at germination rate, then there is cross pollination.
Okay.
This cross pollination happens when it is flowering. So when it lands on this one and fertilizes it, it will bring some part of it reddish and greenish. But when it is reddish and green, like this one, or the other one, it means there is a problem. Somewhere around this area, there is where there is something which is not amaranth, but which comes from the same family or in Amaranth species.
Okay.
So when it is the same family, when the wind blows it, it brings this to this, and now it will change this one.
Okay.
So we always encourage farmers, if you are to plant amaranth, especially for the medical purpose, you have to first look in a neighborhood and see what is being grown there. So if you find what they call in local language omuliri, you must first cut it and first clear that bush.
Why do we cut it?
Yeah, you
And
cut
it is in the same species and it is eatable.
No, it is eatable, but when you take it in the laboratory, it doesn't give you healthy benefits which are in amaranth. So it can easily change the quality of what you have planted.
Okay.
So you begin getting out what you didn't want. In harvest, when the amaranth seeds are cream, these ones, when you harvest them, they are black. These red ones. Yeah. So you always find when, for example, there are some farmers who bring for me amaranth seeds for buying.
Yes.
When I look at it, I find that it has some black spots.
Yes.
So those black spots, it means that they didn't take care of their gardens. And in most cases, I don't buy because it doesn't give the health benefits which are also in amaranth.
You didn't take care of the gardens, and that's why there are some black seeds, and that's why maybe we get this reddish stuff, like you said. So how will I fight if a bee comes from very far and pollinates my comes to my garden for pollination and transfers the seeds from very far? Maybe I didn't know.
Depending on how big your garden is. For example, if you have planted a small garden, one bee can do that. But if it is a big garden, like what I plant more than 27 acres, 50 acres of amaranth. So bees cannot make a big damage. So these small things you are seeing like here and there, this could not be, when I look at it, I say this is not caused by wind. It can be caused by bees.
Okay.
So they are small
So
patches. Yeah. So this small percentage cannot affect this big garden. So I could say roughly this is progress, and we are doing very well. Yes.
Okay. Shortly, my good viewers, will be taking a very short commercial break and then come back for the next episode. Thank you for watching Google Day TV. My good viewers, welcome back from the short commercial break, and I will not take long because the man that has been explaining to you, the expert in amaranth, is just here next to me. Let's just move direct to him and he will take us into the next episode. You're so welcome from the short break.
Welcome from the short break. I'm, I think, becoming a journalist. All right. We are continuing with amaranth, and I was trying to explain how cross-pollination changes the quality of amaranth. So we always train our farmers, especially to clear the bushes where this umuliri is, because it can change the whole garden. And you have planted maybe like 100 acres, and if you have not cleared the background, it is going to bring all this flowering umuliri, and it is going to change amaranth and it will turn into umuliri. So you'll find.
Do we have a scientific name for omlili?
Because I'm local, it is very hard for me to tell what is it in English. But I know it in local language as emulili, but it's red. Okay. It's red, and its flowers, it's like red dodo. So it changes the emulili because it is from the same species. So when it is from the same species, it can cross-pollinate and change. Even amaranth can change the other one, which is red, into amaranth, and also it can also change this one. However, for it is stronger, and it can change amaranth into something else. So we encourage them to clear the bushes. If you feel it is near you, clear it. However, you can't eliminate it completely. You remain with some patches which are negligible. Okay. So when you bring it and it has a few seeds, we can look at them. If they are few, then we can consider it to be negligible. Okay. Yeah.
So what I want to ask is, we've been looking at how to take care of the amaranth when you planted it. At how many weeks or at what period of time could you say that at such and such a period of time a farmer should start weeding the amaranth?
Yeah, at 3 weeks, At 3 weeks, you should begin weeding.
Yes.
Then it should take place between 3 weeks to 1.5 months. There you should have stopped.
Stop to wait.
Yeah, because at 1.5 months, sometimes it begins flowering.
Okay.
So,
When it begins flowering, no more weeding.
yeah, we don't advise.
Even if it is bushy.
Yeah, if it is bushy, it is your problem that you have not cleared it before. Then it is going to affect the yield. But when you begin weeding, when it has flowered, it means now pulling soils towards the plant does no longer help the plant.
Why?
So because it has already flowered, it has given you either good yield or bad yield.
Okay.
So
it will no longer help you.
yeah, it doesn't help to increase the yield, and it will just maintain it from where it is. However, we encourage them, if there are too many which have germinated, go around and uproot some and leave few of them so that they can have enough space to grow well.
Okay. But I thought maybe if I leave all of them at once, because they have germinated many, those are more yields for me.
As I had explained from the beginning, when there are so many, they get squeezed. They fight for nutrients from the soil. They fight for water in the soil. Therefore, what the effect will happen, that they will be short, small, and they will give you less yield compared to if you spaced them. Yes.
Okay. How many times does a farmer has to weed the amaranth?
We always advise to weed twice, but because of trying to reduce the cost, some farmers prefer to weed it once, and still it works. Yeah, even when you weed once, because there is no any other weed that will grow as fast as amaranth does. Yeah, so meaning that when amaranth is doing very well and you weed it when it is young, all other weed will die down, so it may not come up.
Because
Yes.
it will be affecting
It
them
will-
getting light.
Yes, the amaranth will overshadow it, then it will suffocate from down. So even if it remains, it may not affect the yield of amaranth.
Do we spray amaranth as it grows?
Yes, if it is infected by some pests. However, I promote organic farming. So since I promote organic farming, I am against people who spray with pesticides.
So what do you spray using you yourself?
As I said, we at the moment we have not seen a serious pest affecting amaranth. So compared to the danger in spraying amaranth, we can forego that one and say at least let it grow the way it is, so that it remains organic. We are coming up with some techniques in having some improved techniques in agriculture, how we can spray without using dangerous pesticides. Organic farming is advised, and where we have other methods of spraying, when you are spraying without using herbicides, which are not dangerous, especially the spraying of organic. We can use organic fertilizers, we can use organic pesticides if they are available. But if they are not available, we would rather have it the way it is. Yeah.
So what are the challenges that you as a farmer of amaranth face?
One of the challenges is that this amaranth, it's also an animal feed. So if a goat comes to it or a cow, it will clear it. Then another one is that few people know how to grow amaranth. So you have to explain in all areas. For example, right now, I'm planting amaranth in Wakiso district, Kanungu district, Bushenyi district, Mubende district, Chibale district, Kabale district, Kisoro, and many other districts. So to run around to explain and tell everybody how they do it is a very big challenge, since many farmers don't know how to do it. Then another challenge it has is that when it grows so tall, the wind can easily blow all of the whole garden and falls down. So it's a very serious challenge.
Once it falls down, that is a loss.
That's a loss. Then another challenge is when it comes to harvest. Amaranth, when it turns from green to yellowish, you don't wait for it to dry in the garden in order to harvest. You are supposed to harvest it when it turns from green to yellow. So when you delay, yeah, all of it is going to open and the seeds will fall on the ground. So it's a very big challenge. When you don't know how to harvest it, you can easily lose the whole of the garden and the whole seed will be down on the ground.
How do we harvest it?
Harvesting it, looking at, for example, this. You break from this part once it has yellowish. Then this part is the one which contains seeds. Then the farmers have to go through breaking this. You cut here using a knife. Then you carry this and place it on a tarpaulin. Then once you place it on the tarpaulin, after 2 hours, you get a small stick. When you hit a little bit of it, all the seeds will open up and falls on the tarpaulin. Then you remove this. Now what you remove and what remains down is feed for cattle.
What remains down is feed for cattle.
Yeah, the stem down, the leaves down, and even this where the seeds have come from, they are feeds for animals. Actually, I sell them. Yeah, these ones to farmers, they come and fill them, and they go and make feed for animals. Yeah.
So, what else, apart from getting the feeds for animals, what else do we get from Amaranth?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Yes. Apart from the feeds that you're getting for the animals, we say the down stem and this upper thing that where you've got the seeds from. What else do we get from the amaranth?
Amaranth, when it is young before it has flowered, you can eat it the way you eat dodo, nakati, or any other green. It is highly nutritious, even at that level. Then when it grows and you get out seeds, these seeds you can pop them, get out popped amaranth. Then from popped amaranth, you can make other more things out of it. Like when you get popped amaranth, you can make out cookies and any other baking. Then you can grind the seeds into powder. Then when you grind the seed into powder, the powder of amaranth, which is amaranth flour, you can use it for local bush or bushera. Though you can make it the way we make a hot bushera for morning. It is very good. Porridge. Amaranth makes better porridge than millet. And apart from being highly nutritious, it makes better porridge. So you can make it for porridge, or you can make out of that flour, you can mingle it and get out kalo or atapa, the millet. You can get out amaranth in millet.
Thank you so much for all that you've taken us through of Amaranth. And I want you to tell our viewers, is it possible for someone to access you or via your phone number? Or is there any location? Where is your location? I want you to tell our viewers where your location is. If someone needs you to talk to you or any advice beyond this, maybe because of time we've been limited and someone has not heard what would like to be answered to. Can someone access you? Are you accessible? And where are you found? Can you give then your number to them for easy accessment of you?
Yes, I'm accessible. I'm accessible. You can contact me on my numbers. However, Amaranth, I do it as a side business. My work, I'm a resident district commissioner, Kabale.
Yes.
But I love what I'm doing because I do it with a passion. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing it because I don't have work to do. I do it because it is a passion. My passion is because of what Amaranth can do. So when you come to Kabale, then you can access me physically. Then, however, in Kampala, you can call me on 0772 912643. 0772 912643. And that number is on WhatsApp. You can guest to me, then we can discuss more. However, you can also access me on our website. When you get on the website, you find all our emails. They are there, and our website is www.amanetug.com. Amanet is AMANETUG.com. So with that, you can find me, send me an email. I will quickly answer, especially when you are sending on that email, look for the director at amanet.com. Then that one I respond. Or if you want information, I have some staff who respond info at amaranthug.com. So all those emails are there, and also the phone numbers are there, and I attend to all my phone numbers. However, I do my work professionally as a resident district commissioner. So I get very many calls. So I keep on diverting them to the administrator. So when you find you've called me and someone else is picking you, you just know you call the time of office. So I would prefer you call me lunchtime or you call me weekend, then we can discuss more. In Kampala, we have outlets. When you are in Entebbe, we are at Fish Market, the first shop, shop number 1. We sell there amaranth, flour, and everything. When you come in Kampala, in the city, we are at St. Joseph's Clinic. St. Joseph's Clinic is opposite University Hall Small Gate. We sell there amaranth. At Baguma, the popular Baguma restaurant. Baguma restaurant has been one of the popular restaurants in Uganda, in Kampala. So when you go to Baguma restaurant, you can ask for amaranth. You can go to Uganda Management Institute. That's where I was doing my postgraduate. So when I was doing it, I also established a center there. So when you get there, you go to any canteen. They have 2 canteens. You ask for amaranth. So, and every supermarket, we are beginning to put it in all supermarkets. However, I would prefer that you insist on amaranth from Amanet, because I am not sure of what others are doing. Yeah.
Okay. Any simple advice to the farmers before we close up?
I encourage people to work. I discourage people from laziness. For me, I want to tell people hard work pays. There is no miracle that you can make than hard work. So Amaranth will help you to increase on your income, to make another income apart from your salary. Then number 2, I encourage people to consume amaranth. Eat amaranth. Amaranth is good. It's highly nutritious. It is medicinal. It is another food on the table. Why can't we take amaranth? I will encourage everyone on every meal at least have an amaranth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, good viewers, for watching Good Day TV. I love you so much. If without you, so why would I be here right now? I want to salute you, all my viewers from every part of the country and outside the country, in different countries. I love you so much, and I'll send my regards to you. So this is what I'll say. If you want to send in any comment or any question in Hidden Treasure program of agriculture, you can go to our Facebook page, Hidden Treasure in Agriculture, and also you can access us through the YouTube channel, Nafuna Hidden Treasures. You'll also get us and watch more videos that you've missed watching via the TV. And also, if you want to watch us as Google Day TV wherever you are, you can go to your Play Store